Hey, I'm Tron, and this is Word, the Daily Bible Chapter Report. We have arrived in Genesis chapter 37, and in 36 verses, Jacob again settles in the heart of Canaan with his family. His oldest son by Rachel, Joseph, dreams big dreams, tells his family about it, and his brothers take offense. Joseph gets things from his dad that the others don't, and his brothers hate him even more. They plot to kill him one day as he comes to visit them in the field tending the flock. Big brother Reuben, son of Leah, comes to his rescue, suggesting that Joseph gets stashed away in an empty cistern and have him die abandoned there, just so he could fish Joseph up later. Unbeknownst to him, the other brothers sell Joseph to a caravan of Ishmaelite relatives traveling through. When Reuben finds out, they kill a goat and dip Joseph's special coat in the blood to show their father to cover it up. Jacob is inconsolable and goes into mourning. Meanwhile, the Ishmaelites pass Joseph off to a life of slavery in Egypt. Taking things back to the beginning, Joseph has a special place in Jacob's heart because of his favorite wife, Rachel. And Joseph gets treated that way by his father too, as is described in verse 4. But his brothers hated Joseph because their father loved him more than the rest of them. They couldn't say a kind word to him. Things deteriorate quickly when Joseph has two separate dreams where he is the center of royal prominence. One where his bundle of grain stood up while his brothers' bundles bowed down to him, and the other where the sun, moon, and stars bowed before him. This is the beginning of how God will use dreams in Joseph's life. But here it appears that the interpretation was a family affair in verse 8. His brothers responded, "So you think you will be our king? Do you? Do you really think you will reign over us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dreams and the way he talked about them. When Joseph finds them in a field watching their father's sheep, they eyed their chance to take him down, and then succeed in getting Joseph out of their lives for now. This is how they cover their actions up for Jacob in verses 31 and 32. Then the brothers killed a young goat and dipped Joseph's robe in its blood. They sent the beautiful robe to their father with this message: "Look at what we found. Doesn't this robe belong to your son?" His firstborn from Rachel is gone, from being torn apart by wild animals, and Jacob is beside himself. What parent is ever prepared to lose a child? Jacob is a permanently scarred man. That is where we will take leave of Israel for the moment, as our attention shifts to Joseph's new reality in verse 36. Meanwhile, the Midianite traders arrived in Egypt, where they sold Joseph to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Potiphar was captain of the palace guard. Back in the Promised Land, Joseph's brother Judah will have his own set of family trouble. But that is in Genesis 38 tomorrow. Until then, Word.